up the numbers for us, what different businesses have done, and especially the housing finance. In terms of any write-offs, was there any particular write-off that you had to take this quarter?
Yeah, so in HFC we have providing in HFC book, but I don't think there is any accelerated kind of provisioning. But the gross NPA itself is slightly at a heightened level, and so our gross NPA right now is about 6.8%, and the net NPA is about 5.6%. So so of course for the industry also it is somewhat elevated, but ours is somewhat higher. Hello.
Yeah, so, of course, that was about the NBFC. Could you just tell us about the PAT business? There was an INDS transition also that a lot of companies had to witness. Is because of that the PAT number on a YOY basis looking lower?
Yeah, so what happens is we have three parts of the business. One is the capital market and asset management. Second is the housing finance, and third is the fund-based businesses. So the operating businesses, which are basically clubbed under asset management and broking, they have done superbly. I mean, all of them have grown anywhere between 40 to 60% with a stable to better margins. Say broking has grown by 59%. AMC has grown by more like 37-40%. 55%, and wealth management has grown by about 35%. So all the businesses, operating businesses, which are bulk of the cash flow for the company, they have done very well. Housing finance, as I told you, has been very stable, but there is no growth on that. Now third piece is the profits on your equities. Now what has happened is that about 600 crores of accumulated profits on the portfolio, that as per the new accounting recognition, it has been pushed into the net worth. So now the net worth has moved from 2,500 crores to more like 3,000 crores. And in the current quarter, the net gain for the portfolio is kind of muted. I mean, the index movement is not there much between April and June. So the mark to market is limited. Mark to market gain is limited, and on top of it, the profit on sale of any of the private equity is not there in this quarter. So that's why the comparison between last year's first quarter and this year's first quarter becomes a little muted. But if you look at overall, I mean, if you look at apple to apple comparison in the Indian GAAP, last year we declared a profit about 101 crore, and I think this year the comparable profit is about 116 crores, which gives a growth of about 13% despite the reduction in the profit on sale of assets and the muted performance from Aspire. The operating profit from the operating asset management, broking, wealth management has been very, very strong, giving us about 13% growth. But in the new reported format of INDAS, it is looking 2% lower. So how you look at it is issue. I think what we should do is that INDAS we should keep reporting Indian GAAP for 4 quarters, and then from the next year, once we have the base of INDAS declared profit starting from this year, I think the analysts and it will become much more easier to compare next year's 4 quarters over this year.
Absolutely, sir. So just to take forward from the answer that you just gave, you have about 600 crores of unrealized M2M gains on portfolio. How does that impact the net worth over a period of time? How do you plan to monetize this unrealized gains?
Yeah, so these are all sellable securities. I mean, these are the I think now we have about 1,600 crores of total equity portfolio in mutual funds and 1 or 2 companies. So this is available to us at any point of time. If you want to say, if I want to promote yet another business, I want to start another business where I want to put 1,000 crores, we can liquidate and T+1 in one day. I'll have 1,000 crores or 1,500 crores equity capital will put up. So company is trying to put all the free cash flow. See, all the businesses are free cash flow businesses. So of that free cash flow or whatever profit we make, of that about 25 to 35% is being paid out by way of dividend. Rest all is being accumulated, and since the company's competence is in investing, we are investing on behalf of the shareholders in the book itself, and that book is now holding at about 1600 crores. So as the opportunity comes going forward, we will invest into wherever. Only commitment is that it will be invested in some form of equity, whether it is going to be private equity or whether it is going to be a promotional equity, I mean at a seed level itself, or we can buy a large chunk of running companies into the portfolio.
Mr. Agrawal, hi, it's Karunya as well joining into the conversation. Just want to get a sense of, how the broking revenue is doing. It's overall looking fairly strong. Could you tell us how the brokerages spreads are coming down and how are you planning to deal with it going ahead?
So what we are seeing is very strong traction in the brokerage distribution build-up. I mean, we have about 1900 kind of outlets all over the country. In this 1 to say maybe 1.5 years, we are going to see increase of the numbers by some significant number, maybe 500, 600 numbers might be added in next 1 year. So we are seeing a lot of consolidation in this space. At the same time, we are also seeing competition from new format of broking, which is much more technology driven, say online broking, which is technology driven, and where brokerage rates could be much lower. So there is a new set of competition coming from new generation brokers, but among the old generation advisory driven brokerages, where people want human face to interact and talk to them and advise them, there we are seeing consolidation and we are gaining share, and it is very clearly visible in the cash market share, which is the strength of Motilal Oswal broking. We are seeing sustained increase quarter after quarter for us.
Right. I'd also like to talk a bit about the capital markets and the PMS business. How much is the fee-based income? And, SEBI said that the AMC charging too much commissions. What are your thoughts on the same, and what is the outlook going forward?
See, let's talk about the size of the opportunity, because this financialization of this thing, savings, is happening at a very rapid pace. Post demonetization, it has clearly accelerated. Other asset classes are literally not investable. I mean, you can buy it for your own, you can buy a house for your own living, or your own family, but actually for investing purposes, with the GST on purchase and the floor rates, the circle rate or whatever they call, is being so high, with the RERA and all coming in, I think investing in, building a portfolio of real estate has become, cost of transaction has gone up. It is difficult. And there is a lot of pain. First time people are realizing what it means to be in, to have a very large real estate portfolio. One of the biggest casualties is not in terms of what is the value of the portfolio. Of course, value of the portfolio is very high, but there is absolutely no liquidity.